Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's messages of love from above. Good to see everybody. Hope you had an amazing week. And yeah, you might notice a little bit of change up in my background here. We're further away from the window and lower. so enjoy that. That's my little dream catcher behind my head here. So before we get started here, though, let me get my desktop all set up. And we will get into the readings. All right. Stretch that out here. All right. I think we're good there. Let me just shrink this down a little bit. All right. All right. Looks good. YouTube says we're live. Must be true. All right. So, hello, everybody. Let's start off here. Let me grab my singing bowl. I have it back here. Whoa, ding, ding, ding. Wake up, everybody. Wake up. So let's start by bringing some beautiful love energy into the reading, into ourselves, fill ourselves up and have it flow out to the world and bring truth and peace and whatever the world is ready for at a higher vibration. So whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together and do that. And we'll take a big, deep breath and just let the outside world fall away for a moment. All right, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And as I hit the singing bowl about 3 times, just imagine that love come down and fill us up and flow out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. We're just going to put that back over here. Pardon me. I'll put that up here too. Put it out of the way up there. All right. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me in doing that. Beautiful, beautiful energies. And before we get into everything, I do want to make sure everyone knows each month YouTube actually gives me 10 free Zen Cricket memberships, and I'm going to go ahead and put the video out here. If you didn't catch it coming in to this session, this video will tell you how you can switch your setting to on for gifting memberships, because they give me 10 the first Saturday of each month, which is tomorrow. After the 1st, it's actually tomorrow is the 1st. Can't believe it's June tomorrow already. But I'll give 5 away, excuse me, in the morning, and then 5 away in the evening. Since I have an international audience, I like to split them up, give everyone a chance. You just have to have it flipped on, and then I just I click a button, YouTube and Spirit, choose. So you have a chance to do that. So make sure to do that. And of course, this week we also had a pick a card every Wednesday. We put one out. This one is one of my pilgrimage meditations, which once a month we have one of those. We've gone through all of the earth chakras, with the crown chakra. So next one, we're gonna go and visit some other spiritual centers, whatever spirit puts on our heart, or maybe we'll go out and sit on the moon. Maybe we'll go out into the universe. Who knows? So stay tuned. um, and then, of course, we had a new podcast that came out last week. It actually came out on Saturday instead of Sunday because bruddaZEN doesn't know how to look at a calendar sometimes. But this one is the deepest of relationships. It's about our connection to the spirit world. And so be sure to check that one out. We have a new one coming up this Sunday, I think. We'll see if it's actually Sunday. Might have to double check that now. But also my hedges, which we talked about energy a lot this month. I have a process called a hedge of love and peace. They were half off. I'm going to extend it through the weekend because I get so busy. I'm going to change the prices back on Monday. So you have until Monday at 50% off. If you're interested in that hedge, just check out the description box of the video. There's a link that tells you all about it. And also, we of course are in Gemini season. So happy birthday to all you Gemini sun babies. This is a reading for all of us, but there's a bonus 3-month reading for all you Gemini. So happy birthday and check that out. If you have any Geminis in your life, make sure to send that out to them. And if you haven't checked out your June monthly yet, here is the playlist for each individual zodiac sign, which starts tomorrow. But they're all available out there. If you're interested, be sure to check that out there. All right. And lastly, we had a new astrological, Zenergy. Let me see here. It's too big here. Let me just grab this. This will be enough here. Boom. And then I'll do this one here. There we go. So I had a new astrological Zenergy, which is a video that talks about some astrological energies here and there. The monthlies always have like a big picture overview, but then I have little videos here and there to talk about, like this one talked about the Neptune retrograde, the Chiron retrograde, and launch time. We have a great period to be able to launch things. So be sure to check out that video if you're looking at launching things out into the world. We have until like the middle of July before like Mercury starts going retrograde and makes it more difficult to launch things. And then there's a video link to retrogrades in general, and then the Zenergy playlist, astrological Zenergy playlist. So a lot of free stuff, and that's because of my YouTube channel membership. So shout out here. We got Johanna. Hello, Johanna. You'll see their names in green. And we've got a couple of our winners from last month, Grace, 1111, and Sean G. Hello, hello. And then, of course, all of these individuals who make donations and purchase any of my services. I'm able to do this, plus my beautiful host who allows me to live down in her basement for free, to be able to offer everything that I do. So a lot of free content that we put out. So be sure to check all that stuff out. All that stuff is free. All right. I think that's all the blah, blah, blah. Maybe for now, right? But if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. We've got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, and for all of you returning members, thank you so much for being here. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate all the love and all the support and all the energy and your thirst for spirit too. How the free readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. And there is, no special list. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, then you can ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're looking for, and we'll pull cards around that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step outside of the free readings, dive deeper into those, meaning I pull more cards, and when I'm done, I return back and go down the list. What else? Oh, to make a donation, you can use the super chat, and in the description box of the video, it has my Venmo, my CashApp, my PayPal, and my Square. So whatever you want to use, and for whatever dollar amount, I don't look at dollar amounts. I know everyone All our finances vary from day to day, person to person, country to country. So I know when you give, you're giving what's on your heart. And because not everyone can give, that's why I like to do free readings too, usually on for a couple hours. And sometimes I don't get to a lot of the free readings in the morning session because I do get several donations. If that happens, I do come back on to finish out the free readings after going to spend some time with my Praying Mantis YouTube channel members. So, blah, 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 blah. That is it. So, I am going to be using, I'm going to start off using this one at least, the Ravenous Dracon Tarot. We like the dragons. And we will start there. Excuse me. Got some little allergies going on today, so my apologies. And we will start with our donations first. So we've got Jeep up on top, so we will start there. And then we have Lexi, and then Johanna, and then Shanji. So that's where we will start. So Jeep, let's give your donation some love and a like there. Thank you so much for that. And you want a general for next week. All right. So let's take, all right. Well, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Move that over there. We want that one too. What else? And we want that one and those two. Okay. All right. Let's move these over here. So we've got the Emperor card coming in the bottom of the deck here. And the Emperor is about, taking control, really. It's Aries energy, it's birthing energy in a way, but it's the taking control. They rule over all the kings, right? The Emperor does. And this is all about that, I'm sure you've gotten this card before because it is about you deciding what you want. You have a lot of everyone, blah, blah, blah. This is what we should do, need to do, blah, blah, blah. But then the Emperor clears the throne room and says, this is where we're going. This is what I want to do. These are the steps we're going to take, and I'm taking action on it. So I feel like next week is an energy of really, really, stepping into that powerful place, that the throne, taking the throne over in your life, making some decisions. The first card that came out that flipped out was the Three of Wands, which is about a change of direction based on your choice. This is with new information coming in that you make a decision to go in a different direction, to take an off ramp and on the path that you're on now, and you're altering course here. I know we've been getting a lot of that kind of energy coming in here about things changing, but this is you initiating change and going, all right, this is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to head. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah. Got the Page of Pentacles coming in. So sorry. My pipes will clear here in a minute. I thought I talked enough this morning, but evidently not. Because I'm projecting my voice and it makes it rumble more, which clears out the pipes, right? So my apologies. So we got here, this Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunities, opening up and taking new opportunities in the outside world. All these three cards very well meshing together about a new opportunity, creating new opportunity, taking a new opportunity next week, right? Because this was for next week, right? Yeah. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles too. Abundance, feeling like a wish come true in the outside world. And a little bit of feeling this, I don't know, stepping away from things. Like you might feel a little bit not hermit. It's kind of hermity, but not the energy I'm feeling. It's like I'm making changes and decisions for myself. And I'm stepping back, and spirit is there with you in that garden. And so we've got this great energy, about opportunities opening up in the outside world, feeling fulfillment, feeling fullness that's coming in here, but it's because you're choosing for you. And I like that. You got the Nine of Swords. Yeah. So here is, and these cards came out on their side. which, the nine, here's another nine about this. But this is the ending of fears, the, you know, overcoming of, when we're looking at the nine of swords, it's like nightmare and insomnia card when we usually have so much fears on our mind, but this is with all of these other cards, and with them coming out sideways, I feel like it's you're moving through your fears and going, you know what? I've had it. I'm not worried about these things anymore. A lot less fears because I feel like you've let a lot of them go and you're ready to make this leap. You're ready to make this change and this alteration because you're just like, you know what? What am I fearing? Why am I waiting to live? It's that kind of energy that comes in here. Yeah, and the Page of Cups. So new heightened emotion and happiness coming in here. So I like all these energies coming in. Even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Devil card, which is facing and busting out of the cage of the fears that you had, and the Empress on the bottom too, which is about harvest and birthing. And so this message of pushing through the fears, courage is not having no fears. Courage is feeling the fears and doing things anyway. Because when we get to the bottom of it and we look at our fears, they're all lies anyway, right? It's like, what do we fear? What do we truly have to be afraid of? Not even fear itself. Fear is what, the anagram for fear is FEAR, false evidence appearing real, and it's not. And so when we realize that and we look at things, it's like, yeah, what am I waiting for to live my dream? All these, like that emperor, all those, oh, you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, you know what? It's me, it's my kingdom. I get to do what I want. I'm the emperor. It's my empire. Not even a king over a kingdom, an emperor over an empire, right? So I like it for you. It feels very positive. It feels like opportunity. You're choosing to go a direction. So I like it. That's what's coming in for you, Jeep Jeep. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. Appreciate that. Sorry, let me just take a little sip here too. Gonna have to like wake up and sing an opera in the morning to clear out my throat. Not that I sing opera, but just saying. All right. So Lexi, you are up next. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And you would like some messages from your mother who passed away in 2022. You feel her energy around you lately. All right. Yeah, let's take a look here. I got some. Let's see. These are spirit messages from John Holland. Let's see what comes through here. And I feel like there's this voice of the souls deck too. Let me just. Anything from this spirit messages? What is Mamacita? All right. I feel like you get one from each of these. So let's put one from here. Okay. Just like, nope, you don't need to shuffle. Just take that card. I'm like, okay. Mama in charge. All right. So the first card coming in here, I love this. Nature. And I feel like the butterflies that are appearing here. I know my mom loves butterflies, and I know when she goes to the other side, I'm gonna get like swarms of butterflies because she loves them so much. I'll know when I get them that I'm like, well, hey, mom. They're like, even though, like I was talking to her once about a decision that she was going to be making in her life, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to her, and this giant butterfly comes. I could see it in the shadow, something above my head. It just landed on my head, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna take what you have to say and do that." And I kind of feel like butterflies or nature is something, and how your mom communicates with you as well. And it says, this is a time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, your body, and your soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. Such a mom thing to say, right? You need to go outside and play. You need to get outside. You need to take care of yourself. You need to, this is like that mother energy coming through. I love that. And it says this card often comes up when your chi or your life force is running low. And it's a timely reminder that nature is beckoning to you to step outdoors and let your body absorb the healing properties that it has to offer. Spending too much time indoors disconnects you from your natural state, can often make you feel drained or lethargic. Nature welcomes you by offering the warmth of the sun, the healing and grounding properties of the earth. Breathe in the wonder of nature's colors that can be found in its forest, meadows, flowers, mountains, and sky. Let them fill your spirit and allow them to surround and infuse and energize your aura. Spend quiet time in the solace of your own company by the ocean, the river, or streams, and listen to its natural rhythmic music as it soothes your soul. Don't forget, you are an energetic being, and that special part of you also needs nourishment. So that is from Mama Sita there. I like that. And then this Voice of the Souls deck, it has a message from your higher self, your spirit team, and then another entity, which will be your mom. And this one came in saying karmic relationship. I love these cards. And I do feel here, as soon as I saw that, it was like there's this energy of we've been together many, many, many lifetimes in different sisters, brothers, warriors, different types of relationships for many, many, many lifetimes. And this is just another one. I like that. It's special, but we've had a lot. It's special, but we've had a lot. So I like that. So the message from your soul says you need to understand the connection you have with another person, another soul. You need to understand why that relationship can be so complicated or why those feelings are so strong. You need to categorize the relationship. This relationship is a karmic one, which means both your souls have already met in previous lifetimes. But this is no reason for the relationship to become toxic or for you to accept things that aren't right for you. Is this mom giving you relationship advice? Part of you is afraid of cutting this relationship short or focusing on its karmic depth. However, this prevents you from connecting to your free will and making decisions on your own. Today, and this is your soul, but I feel like your mom is pushing buttons. Today, I'm sending you signs to help you detach yourself from this relationship, take a step back, and connect to your free will. Don't think that unexpected events are signs of fate. They are important to help you connect to your inner strength and let go. Your spirit guides are chiming in saying the next 2 days will be rich for you in signs and important events, which your mom is part of your spirit guides too. You're experiencing an important transition in your energy, emotions, or inner being. You're at a life crossroads. So we invite you to make important choices. We invite you to make these choices on your own. And while others can advise you, you're the one who must decide. It's important that you make the decisions. Signs of our presence will be strong in the next 2 days. Like you said, your mom's already there, but it's going to be even more intense. They may take on different forms. Embrace them with confidence and compassion. We're by your side to help you be confident in your capabilities of courage and perseverance. These choices will determine a new important path for you. They will let you evolve and learn in a positive way. You can do anything on your own. You can do it. Then the entity, which is mom as well, says, you and I have a karmic relationship. We meet again in life after life. And whether they are positive or negative experiences, our two souls experiment together. There's a strong love between us. Know that will meet again in a next life. Whatever we experience together, our connection and love are always powerful. Our love does not stop at physical death. Our love will endure through time. I feel this love for you. Today, I'm letting you experiment. I am with you, but I don't want you to focus on my outer absence. I am here, silent, but united with you through beautiful love. I am here. Focus on that thought and our indestructible connection and keep on experimenting. Keep on living, being, and loving. Everything is beautiful for you. Wow. I love those beautiful messages from your mama. So she's with you. She wants you to experiment with your connection. I like that, especially with that nature thing. Go, yeah, test me, test the experiment with our connection. Go, okay, I want to see a yellow butterfly. Okay, now I want to see a blue butterfly. I want to see a rabbit. Oh, or whatever. I just feel like she wants to let you know that she's there, and of course, she's very concerned about caring for yourself. Whatever this relationship is, she doesn't like it for you. She's like, let it go, let it go, and just know that she's around you, and she wants you to experiment with your relationship. That's funny. So that's what they have for you, Lexi. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for the donation. And then Johanna, hello, hello. You are up. So let's take a look here. We got 3 donations. We got your first sticker. So thank you for that donation. Hi. So how did the literal near lightning strike affect you energetically? Wow. Okay, let's take a look here. You ever see that movie? Was it John Travolta or someone in it called? It was like Powder, and they got struck by lightning or something like that, and then they lost all their hair, but they were able to do things afterwards. Woo! So let's take a look here. Yeah, judgment. It's like your higher self was protecting you there to keep you out of the grave. So let's see how this impacted you here. So you have the 3 of Cups, and this is the energy of celebration and joy, right? It definitely brought you, you know, it could be like a momentary strike. I like how the clock is like, it's not your time yet, but that, when you have a near, like, oh, wow, we're grateful that we're still here in life and understanding that it's not our time to go, that I'm here on purpose for a purpose, right? And the 3 of Cups represents like, you know, our spiritual posse, our spiritual team. Again, with both of these coming out on the bottom of the deck in your first card, this is like you were being watched over. It was not your time to go. So um, the gratitude energy is good there. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Ace of Cups. So definitely a new emotion sparked within. I like this, self love, this fullness, and I just like this love energy, when we're realizing, wow, there's a purpose for everything, and that I am loved, because otherwise it could have been my ticket home, but I'm definitely watched over, and I have a purpose here still. That judgment card makes sense too, as they're communicating and saying that, that judgment card is kind of like a calling card. You're here, you have a purpose. So you were spared, and kept here because you're here, and you wanted to stay here for a reason, right? Yeah. Here's the Page of Wands, which is, a lot of energy coming in, and the Three of Swords, which is fear. I like that once the fear subsided, which, it's our survival instinct, kicking in when we're like, oh my gosh, we hear we see the flash, and then we hear especially if it's that close, it's like, immediate, you know, large noise, right? As the energy cracks through the air. And I like this, you know, it's almost like there's this nudge to, you know, move forward in your calling. It's like, okay, what am I waiting for? I could get struck by lightning, get hit by a truck, an asteroid could hit me from somewhere else. It kind of feel like it sparked something within, a lot of joy, a lot of gratitude, but a lot of like, all right, you know what? What am I waiting for to live my dream, to discover it, and to move forward with it too? I like that. Yeah, and the Five of Pentacles, I feel like this is one of the fears we're overcoming here too about, this is that the creator supplies. We have these feelings of feeling left behind, abandoned, out in the cold, these feelings of lack when we look to the outside world to supply us. And we're like, yeah, it's like if the world wanted to, it could have killed me off right now right, with the lightning strike. But I have purpose, and you're the one supplying everything, not humanity. And I feel like that's an important piece of, that we think, well, all this stuff needs to happen. All this stuff needs to, in order for me to do this. And it's like, no, there is this message of, I got you, if you step forward towards your dream, I'm going to help it come to pass. But if you're waiting for this, it's like, one of my mom's favorite stories in the Bible is when not Moses, not Noah, Moses, was going to cross the Red Sea. What's the parting of the Red Sea? But it's like when he touched his toe into the waters when it started to part, it didn't part, and then he stepped. So this is about you stepping forward, and it'll happen. They'll make it happen and have things unfold, but it's you initiating and stepping forward. This energy, so I like this for you. I feel like, perfect, everything happens for us. And so this near lightning strike, I feel has given you some great awareness around I chose to stay here. And a lot of this might be subconscious until just now, where you're like looking, going, oh my gosh, yeah, I am grateful that I'm here and I know there's a reason, and what am I waiting for? And let me step forward, and creator's going to meet me there. So I like that for you. So that's your first one. I like it. And then your second sticker, the rose. Thank you for that additional donation. Let's look at here. And you wanted to know, did you get the job at Lush? You feel you did not. Oh, boo doo. Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit wants you to know about this job at Lush? Lush. Don't know why I'm feeling like an 80s movie energy. I don't know why. Let's take a look here. All right. Oh my gosh, look at all these threes. My goodness. So, you've got this Knight of Pentacles coming out first, which seems like a delay that's coming in here. So I feel like you didn't get it this time with doing it, and I'll come back to the bottom of the deck because you've got these three. Let me just do it this way. I was going to try to do it with one hand, but let's just do it this way. You got three threes. Three, 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 three. Three of Cups, joy, celebration. Three of Pentacles, being true to your authentic self, creativity. And the Three of Swords, disappointment and fears, right? And there's this trio of energy coming in here. I just feel like there's something else, and this is why this delay is happening for you getting there, because I feel like you would not be true to your authentic self and feel like you could express yourself. I almost feel like you would, like the Madonna express, don't repress yourself, express yourself. But I feel like you would repress yourself and not express yourself with that job. I feel like there's something where you'd be more at peace of mind to be able to be true to you, and that's what they're waiting for here. Because the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card, which is normally a joy celebration, but I love this deck that it's like, here's another timing thing for you. And this ties into your first reading now because, we actually have both of the cards here because the 3 of Cups is the one that had the timing. It wasn't your time to die. It's not your time to go into that company because it's more you've got this clarity that's coming in. Yeah, even with this Justice card in the bottom and the Strength card. All these cards that are on the bottom here are about you seeing things with clarity, you making different choices with seeing things from a different perspective. You even have the Ace of Cups on the bottom, which is about following your heart. You got the Emperor, which is about you deciding, not listening to what everyone else is saying you're supposed to and should and need to and have to and must be, but kind of aligning with something that's more towards your calling in your life instead of, your um, the supposed to, the should, the emperors, all those people with all of their opinions and their fears trying to tell you about, well, this is what you should do. This would like you'd have it made or blah blah blah. And you're like, okay, but that's not what your heart wants. That's what your mind is wanting. So, you know, I feel like they're keeping you from getting into something that would make you shrink, and okay, the Sun card, that makes sense now too. They're just really waiting and they're like, okay, now say this today. But the Sun card is like the Seven of Wands, where it's the sun doesn't ask permission to shine. They just do. They don't, it doesn't dim its light for anyone, People don't go outside and go, "It's too hot. You need to dim your light. It's too bright." And it's like, "Oh, sorry." Psh, psh, psh. No, the sun's like, "I am me. Put on sunglasses, get in the basement, get in the shade, put on sunscreen, whatever your concerns are, go do that. But I'm not going to dim my light." And I feel like that's what they're asking for you to do as well. So that is what they have for you for that one there, Johanna. So many blessings. Thank you for that second one. And then your third donation. Oh, I can give this one a love and a like. So thank you for the additional donation in your own and an update on UNJ. All right. Let's take a look here. Thank you so much for all your donations. I appreciate those. All right, one more. All right. So, what is going on? What does Spirit want you to know about J and you? All right. That one. That one. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got going on. What we got going on here. Yep. So, yeah, interesting energies here because you got the Eight of Cups on the bottom, which is about walking away from emotions and relationships that don't serve you anymore. And then the Three of Wands, which is you taking a different avenue, because of new information and new decisions that you're making. So, seeing those coming in there, those are the bottom of the deck. And so when I see that energy, that's usually telling me that you're like, well, you know what? I feel like things just feel empty, or you're drawn to someone else because you have this Temperance card, which is, of course, patience and taking forever. And here's that timing again. You're getting this watch. Here comes the new timing of something. Um, all three of your decks had to do with divine timing and with things that are. I feel like this is a time of your life right now. Time to but a bunch. That's uh, adjustments. Things are changing. Things are moving. I just feel like you're doing a huge overhaul in your life here because the next card you have is the King of Cups. Now, King of Cups is balancing of head and heart, but it's my card of the perfect compatible mate or relationship, right? Right after that, you got the Two of Cups, a very important relationship. And then after that, you got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity opening up in the outside world. That's why I don't feel like it's Jay. I feel like you're like, you know what? I'm, I'm doing all this stuff, but you're realizing how different you two are and that you're wanting someone who's more compatible with every area of your life, not just a couple, but you want someone that you don't have to dim your light. You don't have to worry about how walking on eggshells or how you're being perceived. And I feel like this is why there's this new opportunity, because I feel like you do with this King of Cups and Two of Cups is like, all right, there is someone who is like so compatible and such, it's not like you're dating yourself or whatever, but it's like, wow, this just meshes so well. We're different enough, but we're also similar enough and in the important areas of your life. And then the two cards after that, you got the Lover's card and the Star card, which is the Lover's card again. It's like the Two of Cups. You get the Two of Cups all over again, but in the major arcana. And the Star card is like a dream come true. So it's like the message twice that I don't feel like you get that type of energy from Jay. I feel like, you have this other, energy that's coming in to your life that is like just like, all right, you know, what is it, Sinead O'Connor? Nothing compares to you, or whatever that is. It's like nothing compares to them. And so when you compare Jay to them, you're like, yeah, it's a no-brainer that this other individual that's coming into your life here, and I feel like very soon, if not already there, it's like, here we go. Here's this connection that's coming in. So that's what's coming through. I know, but I like who's coming in for you. So that's what they have for you, Hannah. All right. You asked, you asked. Just kidding. So many blessings. So I'm just gonna move these out of the way. I keep bumping these cards. I'm gonna move them over here. There we go. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And so we've got Sean G twice, and then Moonlight 5. And then I do have 2 donations that came through over on Z PayPal. That will be up after that. So we will take a look there. All right. So for your first one here, Sean, good to see you. Thank you so much. I'll give that a love and a like. Hello, hello. And so you sent us a deck to sponsor your art program, and he never responded. Will you hear from him, or should you leave it alone? All right. We'll take a look here and see what they're saying here. And any sponsors, but all right. So we'll follow up with that second one. So we'll take a look here. So you sent us communication to sponsor your art program. He never responded. Will you hear from him, or should you leave it alone? All right. All right, so will you hear from him, or leave it alone? All right, let's see what this is all about here. So you got the bottom of the deck, you got the Page of Pentacles, which is new money, new finance coming in. So I feel like there is going to be, that would feel like a yes to me. Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, very, very good cards, very balanced cards here. So I feel like you're going to get, yes, you have the Six of Wands, which is also, the Page of Pentacles was on the bottom of the deck. So the overall theme is, um, support, finance, abundance that comes in, new abundance. Six of Wands is the first of the cards that came out, which is abundance. It's about being seen and recognized, but Also victory. We like that. We got the Ace of Swords. So you got new communication. I feel like they're just the Knight of Cups here is movement of emotion and the Ace of Swords. So I feel like they are going to get some, this is movement, new communication that makes you happy, new communication that comes in there. So I like that. So I feel like they're going to do that. And then you have the Six of Pentacles too. Here's abundance, equal giving and receiving, and Four of Swords, peace of mind coming in here. Should you communicate with them? Um, you know, I don't feel like with these that you necessarily will have to, because I feel like you're going to get new communication that's coming in. I just feel like they're needing to balance some things out. And I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna pull a card here because I kind of have like this. You could do either one, like you could reach out, but let's see what's for the highest. Is it for the highest to reach out? Nine of Swords. So yeah, no fears. Nine of Swords is a lot of communication and confusion. So I don't feel like you need to reach out to them. I feel like they'll do, they'll respond to you there. And then the rainbow unicorn. Let's double check here too, and see if you're going to get any other sponsors um, by the end of June for your program. I do feel like you'll get it from that individual, but let's take a look here and see what else they have here. All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Wands, and I feel like this is like really being aware of the energy that you're putting out here, because you do have this power of choice that comes in. That's the bottom of the deck. The 10 of Wands is like, am I focusing on gratitude? Am I focusing on, unconditional love, enjoying laughter and peace? Like saying, I'm so grateful that you are the one that brings me everything I need in each moment, and that you'll bring it through people if you need to, which in this case, that they'll bring sponsors, but it's not the sponsors that are doing it, it's creator, it's spirit. So there's this great, let me grab it from this. I usually read this every few days just to keep me in proper alignment with spirit, which when it comes to money, it's money comes directly from spirit, right? Abundance. And it says the middleman does not hold the keys to my income, my success, or my abundance. The middleman, the middle people. My prosperity comes directly from the divine ethers, and I ask of it and no one else. I'm a magnet for money. I don't need to work hard to receive money. I simply attract it by showing up as me. And I like that. It's like you ask of spirit for it and no one else. And that's what I feel like with this energy. It's that we have this gratitude towards creator and spirit, and that you're going to bring me you're the source of my abundance and my needs. Thank you for bringing me everything I need. And then it'll happen. But if we're focusing in on fear, like, oh, what if I don't? Or I'm missing, I haven't got any yet, or I want that, that energy, we're telling spirit that I love wanting, I love missing, but not getting. And I love fearing that I don't have it. So don't bring it in so I can fear around it more. When we adjust our energy, with the Two of Swords too, this is like me choosing the story I'm putting in everything. It's like, yeah, let me change the way I look at this. That, I can, instead of looking that the world is what brings stuff, it's the creator that brings things, it's spirit that brings things to me. So that change of mindset, it's the change of the focus of the energy. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. So your human is very pleased with all this. It's everything happens on purpose for us, but the Wheel of Fortune is the tune of for you, the fortune, and realizing, all right, even our humans on board. with it, because sometimes our human is like, how is that for me? But when the wheel of fortune comes in, the fortune, the tune of for you, even your humans going, all right, I see how this is for me. So they're feeling fulfilled, they're feeling like they're getting what they're needing. So this is very positive. I just feel like it's changing your mindset is a huge piece that allows it to come in sooner, because you even have the star card, wishing upon a star, dreams come true energy. And even the hermit here is turning inward and upward and trusting that. And that's what I like about this. The hermit is, you're my guide, you're the one supplying, I'm trusting you, I'm grateful to you. And then with all that gratitude, that's what draws it in. So I feel like you will get sponsors. Just adjust the energy a little bit and it'll come in sooner and even larger, like a dream come true. So I like all that. So that's based on current energies, and I like that. So that's what they have for you, Sean. Thank you for your dual donations. I really appreciate that. All right. And Moonlight, you are up next. Your hero. You're so funny. So thank you so much for your donation there. And you want to know what is coming for you in love this June? I know tomorrow is June 1st. Can you believe it? And if you want more information too, check out the June monthly playlist that I put out. And look in like your, if you know your Venus zodiac sign and also your moon sign. If you look at both of those will give you more information around your emotional state for June. And then Venus is about how you give and receive love as well. So those can give you some additional information as well. All right, let's see what else we have here. So, what about love, love, love for June? All right. All right. Well, we'll see what the other cards bring in. But we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is nines like the Hermit journey. The Pentacles is the outside world. So June kind of feels like you're spending a lot of time alone with spirit. So it's like, well, maybe the love is the journey of your heart, which is drawing someone in. But June, we'll see what we have here. And what we have here. Okay. Yeah, so you have the Wheel of Fortune coming up here. And so, there's this energy that, your human's going to be fine with it by the end of the month, by the end of June. It's like, okay, I see why this was happening for me, because you do have love on the way with the Page of Cups, but the Hierophant is your soul drawing you to this higher place to give you more clarity around your capital T truth about what you want this love to be. The supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts, I feel, are being challenged. And so that you can go, what do I really want? These things that I think I'm supposed to want, but what do I truly want? What does my heart want? And I feel like that's kind of this alone time, and this, your soul is, looking and communicating with your higher self to go, okay, what is it? Let's get some clarity of mind coming in here. I do feel like the more that you focus on your inner love, the faster they come in. And there could be an opportunity where you see someone or are seen this month. But I feel like with the Three of Cups coming in here, this is joy and celebration and gathering, but also it's about your tribe. And I feel like there's this foundation being built, like you um, find like a bestie, like a best friend or two that is important as a foundation, so that when the love comes in, the old tendencies, like maybe to give up your life for other people and to shrink who you are because you try to become who you think they think you think they should, who you're supposed to be. You get into this, all right, let me just I'm going to take on their interests and kind of not share mine because I need to be like this perfect person for them. You know how we happen and when we get attracted to people and then we change ourselves. Well, this bestie or two will be you guys share this with each other and go, "Yeah, this is my tendency." And they're like, "Mine too. Guess what? I'm not gonna let you do that this next time." And it's like, you know, for me, like when I my earlier relationships, I would like my friends would be pushed way out and that other person would become my life. And they'd always know, "Yeah, we figured you had met someone new because we didn't hear from you." And the connection like became very distant. But like this, I feel like that's important with these 3 of cups because I feel like this bestie or 2, um, that they're not gonna let you do that. They're gonna be like knocking on your door. You're like, "What? Well, you weren't answering my texts, and did you meet someone?" And you're like, "Yes." "All right, I'm coming in. Get out of the way." And they're like, "Oh, crap," you know? But it's out of love, and they're like, "All right, you need to say no, you can't hang out Thursday because we're all doing something." And you're like, okay. And I like that because there is this, um I don't know, just this uh you know uh checks and balances that need to be put in place first here. And then like I said with the 7 of Wands, I do feel like there's this being true to your authentic self. Oh, this is the not shrinking, not, the sun does not ask permission to shine, is unapologetically themselves, just not dim its light for anyone. So that makes sense why those 2 cards came together. That's why they were saying that. So there you go. So this month is more you getting like June is more you finding the trueness of your own self-love, cutting away these, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of who someone has to be and supposed to be and should be and need to be and me and, you know, how it's supposed to unfold and go, all right, and openness. And then these besties, at least one, but I'm kind of feeling like there's going to be 2. Maybe one's really, really um, like this, and the other one might be the friend of the friend, and they always hang out too. And they're like, maybe it's their partner or something like that, and they're like, always with them anyway, and you kind of feel like they're your friend who also, has that. But that there's that one that's really like that holds your feet to the fire. So I like that for you, Moonlight. So June is prep month for what comes next. All right, so that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. All right. All right, and let me just grab these other 2 here. All right. Okay, and Patricia, I got yours, but there was one right before that here. Oh, maybe you sent 2. Hold on. Or maybe it's just a double email. I can't tell here. They're for the same amount. Let me see here. Because one looks different from the other here. Well, you'll know if you sent 2, right, Patricia? All right, so thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. And you want some guidance, support, need to leave a toxic situation ASAP. All right. Let us pull some cards here. See what Spirit wants to give you as far as guidance and support to leave a situation here. All right. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I do see here on the bottom of the deck here, Patricia, you got the Judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to a different place, and the Full card, which is an ending and a beginning, leaving behind the old cycles and starting a new adventure. So I do feel like it's like your spirit team is jumping in here and saying, "Oh yeah, it's changing. We're they're this is our human side, and there's these coffins that are like, yep, they're taking you out of this, you know, this dead end, this coffin, and they're leading you out of it. So I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of guidance here, opening up here. And let's take a look here because you got three cards and then 111. So let's see what these three cards are here together. Yeah, yeah. And so you got the World card, which is the last card in the Major Arcana before we go to the Full card, which is an ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventure. Yeah, the Page of Wands, which is a new spark, and the Four of Pentacles, which is a solid foundation, and it's like there's this new home. Four of Pentacles is like a movement of location, can be, because the four is like four walls, and the Pentacles is the outside world. I get this feeling of home and movement of your home, and not that you have to like take up and move somewhere completely different, but I feel like there is this at least a change of heart because home is where the heart is, but I feel like there's this change. And as we change our energy with this Page of Wands, putting an end to the old cycle of how we look at things, it can change things. So what I mean by that is, let's say that I feel like I'm overwhelmed with a toxic situation. I do toxic because toxic is a story that we put, right? But we look at a situation and go, okay, I hate this. I need to be gone out of here. I need to, go in a different direction, whatever it may be. And, I'm ready to make this, leap and make this change, but my energy is focused on the obstacle. And when I do that, when I focus on it and it, grows, and it, whatever I focus my energy on is what grows and expands, right? And so, there is this realization that if I focus on my fear, I focus on what I'm missing, I focus on what I'm hating, what I'm wanting, all that energy just grows and expands all that. And so, we've got this energy, we've got this, realization that comes in with the energy first. So I like that awareness. I like that they're bringing that forward because that's something that's within your control, right? Instead, I can focus on gratitude for the things that I do want in my life, that I love in my life, for, gratitude to your higher self that you're leading me out of this. You're showing me a way that I can have a restart and a reboot and, end these old cycles, and that I can move in these directions, right? So I like that energy that's coming in here. I feel like it's a transformational type that's coming in here. All right. Yeah, and you have the 10 of cups. So here's joy, 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 joy. So the more we focus on joy and celebration and gratitude, the more it expands. And this does show you that, with the change of where you're focusing your energy, that you do have this ability to have this fulfillment and happiness come in for you here. And you're able to step out of this, this, you know, um, situation. Right, an Ace of Cups. Yeah, so it starts with your, turning inward and upward a bit here too. When I hear the word toxic, besides being tempted to break into Britney Spears song "Toxic," which I will not do on a recording, um, you know, is that I choose what story I put to things. I choose what emotion I'm going to feel. I choose what energy like I put forward, and I choose what physical actions I do. And if I'm focusing on my fears, I'm focusing on toxic, toxic, toxic. My mindset, if I have this story of this is toxic, then I'm growing it and growing it. When I realize that, the Four of Pentacles tells me too when I'm trying to find this fullness and wholeness of life, when I look to the outside world, I feel unstable. It does feel toxic because, we're told to look in three areas of our life to define our worth, right? Relationships, situations, and things. All of those are unstable, right? People change, people walk away, people pass away. Unstable. Situations never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. Unstable, unstable, unstable. Eventually, we get tired of the instability and the toxicity of the outside world. And we turn inward and upward and we find the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. And that's where our gratitude can change. And we're like, wow, I'm really looking at this going, this is an amazing experience that I can have, and I can fill up with this love and overflow out to the world. And then I'm not looking to the world, so concerned with all of that energy because I'm investing the energy inward and upward. I'm not growing those things. I'm growing this love instead, which then floods out to the world. And then the world changes from a place of feeling like it's lacking and toxic and falling short into something that feels abundant and overflowing. When I realize my energy, I'm the one, I don't see the world as it is. I see the world as I am. So if I see toxicity out in the outside world, then I have this belief and thought in here about toxic. I have a toxic thought about a situation. I change my thought, I change my energy, I change my world, right? I actually change my world. So I like that. And the change here, the 10 of cups, ace of cups, I can have a world that feels full of joy instead of feeling there's a world that's at war. Because if I see the world at war out there, that means I'm at war in here, right? And then you have temperance, yeah, balance and patience. Oh, I know we don't have that, but things are unfolding, and things do go slow, and things do always unfold for us. And so when I can move from this place of feeling like the world is happening to me, that's when I go into my victim mode, and I recognize that in my own life when I'm like, I can feel like, oh no, why is this happening to me? When I hear to me, I'm like, oh, that's me playing my victim role in a movie. Oh, woe is me, right? I'm the one tied up on the railroad track with the railroad coming and expecting the hero to come rescue and defeat the villain, right? And then no one comes and the train's getting closer, no one comes and train's getting closer, and I realize, where's the hero? And I rip off the ropes and I realize, oh, I'm the hero in my story too. So that's when I realized, oh, this was all happening for me for some reason. I asked for this situation to show me what I want to see about myself, and then I take myself out of the situation, right? I like this empowerment that's coming through here, and the power, realizing the power lies within you, not in the situation or another person. So hopefully that helps. But that's what's coming in for you, Patricia. So many blessings to you. Send you a lot of love right now. I know those situations are always a joy, right? Joy. That's my sarcasm, right? All right. So many blessings. Just put the cards back here in the deck. All right. Hey, everybody. So, do you ever like smell like something's burning? Hopefully, it's not me. Could be my coffee sitting over here, too. If you see me jet out of here suddenly, but I think we're good. Is it this? Can you hear me sniffing the microphone? Maybe it is the microphone. All right. So, that's what we have there. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Hey, Sean, thank you so much for your additional donation there. Just popped in there. And congratulations on your 10th super on a live stream. Thank you for that. So as soon as you pop your question there, and then that'll be the last of the donations, and I'll start on the free readings. If anyone wants their reading prioritized, a donation of any kind, we'll bring it up next here after Sean. Good to see everybody. Hope you're having an amazing, amazing beginning of your weekend. Happy Friday, everyone, and happy last day of May. Can you believe that we're already here? Tomorrow's June 1st. Almost half the year away, right? It's the end of June. That would be half the way. Yeah, right. So we're getting there. Almost half the year gone. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Right. So thank you so much for your extra donation, Sean. And said you were told that Gemini had feelings for you, but you don't see him putting forth an effort at all. He barely texts you back. What's the energy? Should you leave it alone? All right, we'll take a look here and see. First of all, what's their true feelings for the Gemini here? All right. Was it me that told you that? We'll take a look here and see what their current energies are here. And there's also okay. Well, let's take a look here and see what we have here. Yeah, the Hanged Man. We got the World card on the bottom, which is, I feel like they're going through a lot of change, you know, and, you know, I see a lot of thoughts going on in their head as well, which Gemini, we definitely have that, you know, they're going to be more of the head and, the heart. But I do feel like they're going through a lot right now with this World card. Because we've got the the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is the slow moving, the slow moving, energies that's coming in there. And the 5 of Swords is conflicting of the head and the heart, and the 10 of Wands is a lot of energy being invested where they're kind of doing it in a bunch of different things happen in their life. And that's what I feel like with this World card, that they've just got a lot going on. They do have emotions there. They got the 7 of Cups. But I feel like you're, part of a bunch of other emotions that's happening. Not like they're a lot of different people, like romance type of stuff, just a lot, like all that 10 of Wands. They just got so much, like their world is turned upside down, right now. Um, and I don't necessarily feel like I feel like, yeah, leave it alone for now, because I feel like it's best with everything that it's like stay clear of the firestorm that's going on, because they've got the Queen of Wands and the Magician. A lot of energy being invested, a lot of action, 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 movement, movement, movement. Those were all the cards that were like representing everything that they were going through. And even on the bottom of the deck, we've got the 7 of Swords, which is a lot of thoughts and beliefs and fears that are happening here. And when I asked if should you leave it alone, we've got we've got the Suspended, which is the Hanged Man, which is wait for transformation. You got the you've got the um Wands. Oh, no, I put the wrong one down there. Sorry. The Five of Wands, which is transformation of energy from lower vibration to higher vibration. You have the Ten of Swords too. So I feel like part of why all this is, you know, why it's happening is that it gives us time, right? This transformation for ourselves too, to look at my fears, look at, okay, what is going on here? What is bubbling up within me? And, we look at this, this energy of, you know, I, I feel like they're not communicating, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. And then underneath the surface, what is the fears that come up about worth, right? And we all go through this, every human. When someone doesn't do something we think they're supposed to be doing, we're also like, oh, you know, it's because they don't think I'm enough, or there's something like they're not interested in me. And what does that mean about me? And then, we go off into our own little overthinking world, right? We love doing that. But I like this, you know, um, pausing that's going on here, because they had that, the Seven of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree. So they're going through this slow unfolding, but you're also going through a transformation. And we can just trust that, you know, that's unfolding here. So I feel like it's leave it alone, but focus in here because that's where the change can happen. You even got the Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, which is about seeing things from a different perspective regarding the Six of Pentacles is my rate of worth exchange, right? And if I haven't shared it, or even if I have, this is for anyone who this resonates with too. We've got the Six of Pentacles episode from Take 10 with Zen, and here's a link to it right here. It talks about this rate of exchange that we have bubbling below the surface where our little inner child, when it feels I have to give so much and I deserve so little, that it'll keep things at bay, but it also will not allow us to receive. So our little inner child's in charge of this force field, keeping love away. And so it's something that we can look at because I feel like with all these cards, it is happening on purpose so that you can look at things within you while they're looking at things within them. You're both raising your love vibration because we don't want to do what we've always done, right? And get what we've always gotten before. And I feel like that's a big piece of what they're looking at is their self-worth, and then we get to look at our own, right? So I feel like they're very, very busy with stuff blowing up in their life all over the place, which is turning them inward. And then this is happening for you as well. And you might even recognize the patterns within, other mirrors that have come into our life going, all right, yeah, my teachers keep showing me, you know, all of this that's coming in here. Um, I feel like the energy right now depends upon how much inner work both of you do, whether things will change. Because if you aren't working on that side of you, that your interactions with them won't change, but also won't change with all the other individuals that come in, right? And same with them, you know. So there's this, energy. So Sean, you're funny. So if you're like, well, I'm just gonna not look in that mirror, I'm gonna look in another mirror. If the person looking in the mirror doesn't change, then the reflection's not gonna change. And so that's why when we look at it going, all right, I'm going to make the most of this before I look into another relationship or letting that go or ending it or whatever. I'm going to take some time to step back, right? This is what that hanged man is doing. It's like hang out, step back, look at you, take a look at that video if that resonates and just kind of look at it and go, okay, this is what I want to, transform within me. And then, we realize that and we change that. And then it's like, okay, then I'm going to start drawing in either if they're raising their love vibration and you are, then this attraction will happen. Otherwise, If they stay a lower vibration and you're raising yours, they will drift away automatically, but you're going to draw someone at a higher love vibration. If we stay at a lower vibration, we like ixnay them out, like bye, we just draw in someone that's them in someone else's body. So I like this, transformation that comes in because it's like some great awareness that comes in through that. So if you check out that video, also another a great book that we're reading in our praying mantis, which this was a life change. I've read it like 4 times. Very good book, The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. It's like a couple decades old at least. So I got it. My other one, I had written so much in it, it was falling apart. So I got a brand new used one for very, very good price. So if you're interested, check that out too. But that's what I feel is coming in for you there, Sean. So hang in there. I feel like, you know, don't make a decision yet regarding it. Hang out with that hanged man, look inward, upward, look at those things, and then see how you're changing and how that changes the situation. And if you're like, nope, that's not what I want anymore, and you let it go, then that will happen. Or it could like spark and you guys are drawn together. Um, but I feel like they have emotions and feelings there. They're just got so much going on and they're not able to get beyond that their own force field right now. Just so much. So much up here, so much down here going on with them. But they definitely do have emotion there. All right. So that is what they have for you, Sean. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Brenda, you'll be up next year. Patricia did give me 2 donations. So I see your second question here. So thank you, Patricia, for that. And then so we'll jump to Brenda and then Alphonse, you will be up after that. So thank you guys so much. All right. So Patricia, advice, releasing old energy karmic. All right. So let's take a look here. And let's see what they want you to know here about releasing some old karmic energy. All right. Whoa, shashing. Okay. Wow. Look out, cards are flying. Good thing you guys are not here to want to take out someone's eye. You're very welcome, Sean. Hang in there. All right. Let's see what we've got here. All right. So the bottom of the deck, I like that we have the Page of Pentacles, which is, new opportunities opening up in the outside world, this movement and change of outside energy. So, I like that, coming in here with releasing old karmic energies coming in. You also have the Knight of Wands and the Death card. So this is like there's this energy from a past life that is you're bringing into this lifetime. And, karma, the way Spirit has explained it to me, and this kind of will bring a little bit of I feel like freedom in itself is, when I ask Spirit about, karmic debt, what's this karmic debt stuff? Because I heard a bunch of different stuff from a lot of different people. And what Spirit told me is like, well, there's not really a debt because that's a human belief that we can owe or we're less than or there's something we have to do in order to become better. Because from Spirit's standpoint, we're perfect. We are these perfect mountains. We come down here as little humans and different beings and walk around the perfect mountain of who we are to see different perspectives and to understand ourselves more, not to become more, but to understand and reveal more about who we are and how we perceive things and see things. And I like that perspective because they're like, so like if you're a slave owner in a lifetime, and you come back as a slave, it's not because you built up karmic debt and you have to pay that off and work through it. It's more about curiosity and perspective. Like I was a slave owner, now I want to understand what it feels like to be a slave, and then I want to, come back another life and be someone who witnesses it from they're neither the owner or the slave, and then they want to be the spouse of one. And so we're seeing all these different perspectives because we're curious. We want to see it from all directions. And so when we come back into a lifetime, we have all of this akashic past life memories and emotions and experiences that are bubbling in our subconscious, where that's where all that exists. And then we work out that energy, we work out seeing the perspectives. And so when we feel the conflict, it's because we're reliving something, and we're sensing that energy from the past. So it's not so much like a karmic debt, and it's that karmic energy. So when how we release the old karmic energy is we experience the new, and we it's like we question it. And here's the energy of that. We've got the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make us feel limited and small and, tiny and powerless. And the 8 of Wands is the transformation of that energy. It's the messaging, it's that, letting that energy flow instead of resist it, right? And so, the things we do to help energy flow, to help karmic energy move, is to journal, is to express it, is to feel it, is to think through it. And so as we realize that, and I feel like when we change that belief of, because if there's some sort of karmic debt and I'm owed, and or I owe someone and that kind of stuff, what does that do? That binds us, that cages us, that limits us, that shrinks us, right? But when we do the things differently, and on the bottom of the deck too, they've got the 7 of Swords, which is us questioning our thoughts and beliefs that would make us deceive ourselves, right? And so this belief of debt is what binds us. And when I release these thoughts and go, okay, this is an experience, not, work. It's not like, oh, I'm here working off my karmic debt, creating more to work off more debt, to work off more debt. No, it's when we change that mindset to experience, I'm here experiencing a different point of view, then there's this release that comes in. And so getting to the root of why we feel like there's, where's the trap? Where's the belief that makes me feel bound and caged? Because that's why we feel we need a release, because we feel like something's caging us, right? And then we do have the Page of Wands that happens after that. When we realize those things, we release that energy. We also have the full card where we begin a new adventure that's free of all this limitations. We can look at life more full of possibilities and fullness of life too. Yeah, the 2 of Cups. So here is the importance of the relationships and how we're intertwined with souls throughout our lifetimes and different relations. Like, we were a master and a slave, and then we were a slave and a master, and then we were brother and sister, and then we were enemies, then maybe we were lovers, where we exchanged roles. There's so many different characters playing so many different roles, but we're all actors behind those characters, right? And I feel like there's an importance with the 2 of Cups to understand the connection we have to each other throughout many lifetimes, and we don't play the same role. Like, we've been lovers every lifetime for the last 1,000 lifetimes. No, we like changing things up. We like, you know like, you see people in movies, and you're like, like, Eat Pray Love, the main character across from um Julia Roberts, yeah, right, Julia Roberts, yeah. I actually had before I saw that, I saw, a James Bond movie with the character who played her romance interest, and he was the evil villain. And so as soon as I saw him, I had this picture of him being this evil person who was very creepy, and he played a really good role in that James Bond movie. But when I saw Eat, Pray, Love, I was like, "No, Julie, don't do it. He's evil. No." But that's the thing, is when we realize it's the actor behind all these characters, we can play multiple different characters across lifetimes. So hopefully that helps, Patricia, on releasing this old karmic energy. It's realizing, what is this that I feel is binding me? And let me visit that belief I have around karma, because when it changes to like, oh yeah, that my belief around karma and the karmic energy is what's binding me, not the karmic itself. Because it's karma is like experience. We're curious little scientists having tons of little experiences. We're curious little adventurers wanting to see all these different adventures, walking around the perfect mountain of yourself and seeing different perceptions of yourself. So hopefully that helps. But that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings to you. And then Brenda, you are up next, and then Alphonse. So Brenda, thank you for the unicorn, rainbow unicorn in the donation. And you'd like a general in love with Eric Caballas for today. All right. Let's see what's going on with Eric. Let me just give these a shuffle here. And thank you guys so much for all of you waiting for your free readings. I will get to them sometime today. If I don't get to them in the next half hour, I will be back after I spend time with my Praying Mantis members to finish out all free readings. So hang in there. Might just be a little bit of time before I get to everyone. All right, let's take a look here. So, what is going on with Eric Valles today with love? So, you got the Two of Pentacles. There's this very balanced type of energy coming in here. It just feels like their outside world is oddly quiet for them. So, that's interesting. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, they've got the Knight of Pentacles, which slowest moving knight out of them all, right? So that's slowly unfolding here. They got the Page of Swords. So I feel like their energy is here, like things are slow moving. And I feel like that challenges both your mindset, right? Your fears. It's like what triggers are coming up. But for them, they also are, it's giving them time to face their triggers. And I like that slow process, because when we rush into things, right? All those red flags we thought were a carnival were red flags of conflicts of different belief systems or different ways we think about things. And if we take them one at a time, we can have peaceful understanding, even sometimes agreeing to disagree. But when we rush in and 50 of them hit us all at once, it's hard to really process all those, and relationships explode, and then we rush into one and then they explode. And I like this balancing Two of Pentacles approach with this energy so far. Let's see what this next two cards are. Yeah, well, there we go. So Temperance, another card of slowness, slow unfolding, and the Five of Wands, which is a change of energy. And so we like that. In just below the Two of Pentacles, there's also the Five of Swords, which, so there's this, you know, message that's coming through here in each of these about things move slow to give us time to work through things, because no relationship is perfect right off the bat. And so as we take time to work, allow time, allow slowness, that gives us an opportunity to work on change of mindset, change of energy, um, coming in here, because both of those were swords. So, looking at those things, changing the allowing things to transform. But if we rush things too fast, then things don't turn out too well, right? It's like, well, if a cake takes 45 minutes to bake at 300 degrees, if I put it at 600, it'll be done in half the time. No, we have a fire in the oven, right? So, I like that. And then your other here, alright, yeah. So we got the 4 of Pentacles and the Star card. So here's, wishing upon a star, dreams come true, the 4 of Pentacles, a stable outside world. So I like that, to get the dream, it's worth it to take our time if we know that the end result is a beautiful cake instead of a fire in our stove, right? So it's allowing this time for the stability of the outside world, the fullness of the outside world, and to have that what we feel like is a dream come true to happen there, right? And so we like that. Ultimately too, we got the bottom of the deck too, the Ace of Cups. It's all about self-love. Always comes back to that because I can't love someone more than to the extent I love myself, or like give or receive love more than to the extent I love myself, because that pipeline. So I work on expanding my pipeline. They have to work on theirs, but for me to receive love and to give love to the extent I want, then my self love has to expand too. And so when it comes to love, it's like they had to throw that in there, right? It's like, "Oh, we thought we are gonna get away with it this time, just talking about him." We're like, "No, self-love, we gotta throw that in there." PS, self-love. So, that's what they have for you, Brenda. So, I like it for you. Just enjoy the journey, allow the slowness, work on things a little bit at a time, knowing that every relationship has speed bumps and bumps, and, that's how we, move through it is by allowing it, not freaking out about them, and just going, "All right, hey, let's talk about where you're coming from on that. I just want to understand where you're coming from." Okay, not you are wrong. It's like, let me understand. It's like I think I might have told you before about a friend of mine who, um, when she first started dating her husband, she was like one of my reps, and she in our one-on-one, she was like, "Oh my god, he's driving me crazy. We had a fight over making brownies or something." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, because he was putting the eggs in first, and that you put the water in this or whatever, then you do that." And I'm like, "I don't know that." I go, "I don't know how to make that, but it seems like you guys have two ways that work, you know, um, so have you thought maybe next time instead of assuming they're wrong, just ask them, be instead of attacking, just go, why do you do it that way? Whoops. Why do you, put them in that order?" And she's like, "I'm gonna try that." And he knew me too. Uh and so the next one-on-one I had a couple of weeks later, it was funny because she was like, "Oh my god, I did that." And I go, "What happened?" And because we were fixing something, she goes, "It's interesting how you do that. Why do you do it that way?" And he goes, she said, he gave me this weird look and goes, "Have you been talking to, bruddaZEN?" Yeah, and they both busted up. Even to this day, they're still my friends. That was like a couple decades ago. They said we still do that in the kitchen and crack up because it's funny, but it changed their atmosphere. So I like that kind of approach with all that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. Hopefully that helps a little bit. All right. And then Alphonse Fusiel, thank you so much for your donation. Whoops. There we go. All right. And you want to know, what are Jennifer's thoughts and feelings about you? Will you be in a long term romantic couple? All right. Let's take a look here and see where Jennifer is at today, what their energy is looking like. So let's see here. What are Jennifer's thoughts? Let's start there. Okay. And then here is feelings. 3 for the feelings. All right. And then, Will, based on current energy, long-term romantic couple, and is it destined too? I'm just gonna bust in my own question there, because every lifetime we'll have we have each lifetime sometimes we'll choose like the vacation package that we're here has a romantic relationship faded. Others, they're optional. They're not required for our experience. They just enhance it. It's like going on vacation, going, all right, I'm, renting the car, the hotel, the flight. Not, you don't rent a flight, but purchasing it. And it's like, all right. And then that's hanging out with people is a bonus, but and that's the kind of, and so we'll ask here in just a moment regarding that too. Okay, yeah, let's start there. Because it's like, all right. Yeah. So it is a faded relationship because the question that I asked, was, all right, is this a faded relationship? You got the Wheel of Fortune, which is the Fates wheel, the Wheel of Fate. So it is a fated relationship. I mean, you can't ask for any more clarity. The Three of Swords is to have you face your fears too. Um, and it's one of the big reasons why you wanted him to, is to help you overcome this fear of heartache, this fear of uh, being rejected. And I like that. Even on the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords, which is the Nightmare and Insomnia card. You have the King of Swords, which is the um, they roll over the sword suit. Plus, they're given a second portion of swords. So a lot of thinking, a lot of facing of things that are, that come in with this relationship. So I like that. Let's move my mouse over here before I click on something and disconnect. All right. So we'll look at here, and I do feel here, with long term, it was a faded relationship. The Queen of Wands, the length of it really has to do with your guys' energy. So the Queen of Wands is, she, whenever she puts her mind to something, and this is for both of your energies, the gender doesn't matter. It's the energy of, we bring in the emotion and the with the passion, and it can go great distances, um, as long as we follow our heart, our emotions, and our passion, um, kind of energy. And so I like that. We'll see what else we have here as well. I feel like we'll get confirmation here. Yeah. So their thoughts right now. We got the Eight of Pentacles, and so they're doing the work, they're moving forward. The Two of Wands is that energy, where we invest our energy. It's such the important thing here. So her thoughts are with this Eight of Pentacles is they're evolving, they're changing, and they're hoping, it's like the Eight of Pentacles is like when you both agree, I want to go into these cocoon, I want to become a butterfly, and then we're going to go do butterfly things. We're able to go after nectar instead of eating leaves, and we're going to be able to fly and migrate thousands of miles instead of walking so slow and have obstacles stop us, like a stream. We're going to be able to flutter and go these places. So they've got this great hope, these thoughts of, we're going to evolve into something that's going to be different, and we're going to be able to do things right. And so, yeah, yeah. And we'll look at emotions here in a sec. And the Two of Wands is, the thoughts are, which is funny. Are you going to be able to keep up? Are you going to go through that transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly with me too? Because it's like, I feel like she sprints and she goes places, and you feel the same way, which is funny. That's why I was thinking it was funny, because usually you can sprint and you're like, finally I met someone who can sprint with me, and you look and you're like, where are they? And you look and they're like 5 blocks behind, and you're like, oh, I thought they could keep up, but they can't. So I have to shrink and walk slow for them to keep up. And she feels the same about her past. And this Two of Wands is, can you keep up? And that's kind of your energy too, right? You can give so much, so fast, so far, and you can go the distance. But what you both have had these challenges in the past of, people saying that, oh yeah, I've, it's like asking them, have you ever been participated in a 5K? I have. And you're like, oh, great. In your mind, you're thinking, oh, they can run. And did you finish like in the top five? And they're like, no, the last five I walk marathons. And you're like, oh, because you're a runner and you're looking for another runner, and she's a runner, and you both have found walkers in the past. And I like that. So that's an interesting mindset that's coming in with that. Now let's look at emotions here. All right. Yeah. So emotions here, you've got the King of Cups. So they do see you here as a very compatible person. It's one of my cards that says, wow, they are the shizit, you know. It's like, wow, you know, you have the mind and the heart, and it's balanced, and you can share your emotions, you can share this, and wow, you know, so compatible is her emotions there. um I feel like they have this this hermit energy. They're a bit of an introvert in a way, so they do um, need like time away from crowds and busyness to recharge. So that might be something that they're afraid to communicate here, that I might need some alone time sometimes, or I may not want to go out. I just want to be able to hang out and recharge. So I feel like there's this energy that they do like to, you know, chill and not do that too. Well, not runners like in the physical sense, but in the emotional sense. That it was an allegory. It was a story of I like to move forward emotionally, right? But we have people who have a hard time keeping up emotionally at the speed that we want to move, right? That's what I mean with that. Not physical runners. Yeah. 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 I definitely can see that here. And then we got the moon card on the bottom too here. So I feel like the moon energy is important for you to be aware of, you know, because moon energy impacts emotions. And I feel like with both of you having such huge emotional expressions, it's important for you to know, excuse me, hiccup, scared me. The you know, what sign the moon is in, etc. You know, we've got like you know, if you can find it free online, looking at what the moon sign is, or you know, if something like this is who I use, and it has like right today the moon is in Pisces, very emotional, psychic, spiritual, connected energy. We go into Aries later tonight, so fiery energy over the next couple of days. So when we're aware that of the tendency of the energy and how it's expressed, you know, how it comes in, then we can also um you know, type of of you know, adaptation and awareness. Just emotional awareness is an important piece, um, you know, of that. So I like that. I feel like there is um, very strong possibilities for a long-term romantic couple, but with the Queen of Wands and the Two of Wands, that's power of energy. So whatever we're focusing our energy in and the choices that we're making determine the range. So there's a capacity of a huge long-term relationship, but it has to do with our energy and what we do with our energy. Because it can be this or it can be this. And that's all dependent upon that the relationship is fated, that you guys were destined to interact and have a relationship, but the extent and how long it is still is undetermined by decisions that both of you are making with your energy. So can't guarantee that yet, but that's what's coming in there. She was Lisa was a runner, like a physical runner, or a runawayer. I feel like that's who she was, right? Okay. All right. So that's what they have for you, Alphonse. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. I do like this one a lot more for you. Um, Lisa taught you what you wanted to see in the reflection about yourself. But I feel like this one, Jennifer does allow you to face those fears. And so it's important for you to, as the fears trigger, it's important for you to look at those so that you can transform them instead of having them trigger. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings. And then Donna, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. I think that's right. Let me see here. I want to make sure I didn't skip anyone. Nope. All right. So let's give you some love and a like there. Thank you so much. And you'd like a work reading, please. A new job conflict. How exciting. How fun. How fun. How fun. Sorry, let me just check something real quick here. All right. Okay. So make sure my host was all good. All righty. So let's take a look here, Donna. Yeah, runaway person. That's what I thought you meant. You're welcome, Alphonse. Enjoy the adventure. All right, Donna, let's take a look here. So what does Spirit want you to know here about this new exciting conflict at work? Yay, right? All right. So let's see what we have here. Let's put these over here. Yeah, so you have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So here is this, it's a new spark, but it is about um our energy. And I like this, every moment is about energy. We're putting forward mental energy about the thoughts and the story we're putting to things. It's either higher vibration or lower vibration. Every moment is an emotional choice, higher, lower, energetic. In this case, the Ace of Wands, energy. It's our manifestation, our passion, higher or lower. And our physical actions have energy of higher or lower, vibration. Lower vibration is fearful, fear based, agitation, revenge, sadness, lower vibration emotions. Higher vibration, joy, celebration, unconditional love, laughter, So every moment we're choosing. This Ace of Wands basically is saying that our energy draws things in for us, not to us, but for us. And then we get to look at why did I want this to happen for me? I feel like there's this energy change here. We'll see what the cards say, but I just feel like there's this, it's coming up on purpose for us to look at and go, okay, why is this happening? And why do I feel conflicted? Right? There's a conflict, there's an invitation to a conflict, but do I have to accept it? And why did I accept it if I did? And okay, because conflict equals fear. What fears came up? Because conflict is fight, right? Fight and fight or flight. Conflict happens here. Fleeing is unconflict, even though the conflict is what made us run in the other direction, right? So I like the awareness that's coming in here, that it is coming in here for you. Let's see what the cards say here. Yeah, we got peace of mind, the Four of Swords. So this opportunity to not have conflict, I feel, is this energy they want you to be able to experience. I mean, look at how far you've come, right? I feel like there's this importance. Your spirit guides want you to know. Go. You remember before you would have not that you would have done this, but they're saying, like extreme, like, man, you just slash their tires. Now it was just that. Look how far you've come and how close you are to having peace of mind where understanding the fear of something, you won't, and you haven't taken as many invitations to conflict as you would have like a year ago, especially what, 5 years ago. Look at 10 years ago. You're like, oh my gosh, look at who you are now. So I feel like that's an important piece of this, is to look how far you've come, but also it's like, okay, why did I accept this? What fear within me caused my little 2-year-old to go, yes, let's have a fight, because when our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control, it does the fire alarm and takes us into fight or flight mode, which is when it accepts the fight. Yeah, we're going to fight over this toy. Let's go. So what fear triggered your inner child? I feel like is an important piece here. Yeah, look at this. You got the Four of Swords, then you have the Four of Wands, which is this, energy of balanced, stable energy too. And again, celebrating how your energy has changed over even since a year ago. They keep on saying, look at a year, look at 3 years, look at 5 years, and look how far you've come. And this conflict that's coming up, it's like, oh, how can I balance my energy around this? Let me look at the fears, let me look at what I was focusing on and why the conflict arose, because people just do things or don't do things, say things or are in silence, and we're the ones that create the story around it. So what story caused this "Broop, broop, broop, broop," right? That happened, that is what conflict. I thought something should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be, must be. Those are the expectations that we had, and something didn't get, an expectation didn't get fulfilled, which is what sparked, like, they shouldn't talk to me that way. They should appreciate me. They shouldn't point that out. They should do that. They should know better, blah, 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 right? All that's where the conflict comes, when someone conflicts with our expectations. I love Byron Katie. She's a great soul. One of her things is that when our expectations battle reality, they lose, but only 100% of the time. Because we expect something and it doesn't happen in reality, we're like, it was supposed to. Well, obviously, it wasn't, because it didn't. And then so I like this, you know, uh, realization and stability that's coming in through this conflict. All right. Yeah. So, advice here that they have on, what we can do with this is, when we get to the root of it and we realize with the Five of Pentacles, it has to do with our feelings of lack, our fear of being left behind out in the cold, not having enough, and that this is some of where the fear was that ignited. And the solution is right next to it with the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups tells us that, when we look to the outside world to define us, that's retail price. And retail price, whoops, is very fickle and unstable, because it's like you could be a parka coat in Alaska during winter and be marked up in price, right? You can be that same parka coat on a tropical island on the equator during summer. You don't even make it to a clearance rack. You're just donated to Goodwill. That's the fickleness of when we're the instability of having our worth in the outside world, because we're taught relationships, situations like job, education, etc., and things, our bank account, our bodies, our possessions, all those things define us, but all those things are unstable, right? That's the retail price. People change, people pass away, people walk away. Situations never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, with all of that. And so eventually we get tired of the outside world and we turn inward and upward, and we find the eternal, unconditional love. Eternal, never ends, unconditional, nothing we can do to lose it, stable, the stable thing we're looking for. And so when we have our worth determined in here and not by these things out here, then when those things out there go haywire or unstable, we're just like, uh-huh, we can stay in this calmness, right? In the stability of that energy and peace of mind, because I'm not defining myself by that stuff. So if someone says something that normally would have really flipped me off, where I flip them off, earlier in life. Now, when someone says something like, I don't think you're worthy of love, I realize that's not about me. I realize everything they're saying and doing has to do with their little inner child expressing themselves. I know I'm a mirror, and whatever they're saying to me is actually, it's like a little 2-year-old. I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. There's truth to that, because what people are saying and doing is reflective of what's going on alongside them. I'm just a mirror. It's like if you walk into the bathroom and someone's yelling, saying, calling someone an idiot in the mirror, they're like, oh, you start to have compassion and understanding for people going, what's going on? Why are you so upset? What's happening? Instead of getting upset that they just fired an arrow at me, I'm just like, what scared you? What made you think that there was something threatening out here? We start looking at people's actions differently. So I really like that. Some great insight here. Oh my gosh. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. So definitely there's a lot of stability that's going to come out of this for you. I mean, fours are like a huge table full, with four huge legs. It's a very solid foundation. So I feel like whatever you're going to get out of this with this conflict shows you so much about your power that you have. I can only control my story, my emotions, my energy, my actions, and everyone else is expressing themselves through their actions and their words and non-words and whatever. So I can see what's going on with them. It's not personal, when people are, we're all mirrors walking around. So when people are freaking out, it's because they see something in the mirror that scared them, something that they see in themselves, and you're like, what are you scared of? Right. And you have the Six of Cups too. We got this movement of emotion. The Six of Cups is balanced emotion and past life too. So there's this great energy below the surface that's bubbling up, and this person, if it's with a specific individual, you could have some past life emotions that are bubbling up from below the surface too. If there's something that just you don't know why you're irritated or they're irritated. You're just like, why do they hate me? I had a friend of mine that I was doing a reading for, past life reading, and they wanted to know why the their children's stepmother, why she hated her so much. And when we did a past life reading, there was several readings, in the past of where she had called her out in different characters for the lying and the cheating and the bad things they were doing. And so they just had this. She goes, I did nothing, and out of nowhere she's rah. And it was funny, just realizing there can be that kind of energy that's below the surface too. So very interesting. So hopefully that gives some insight. Yeah, one person feeding a narrative. So yeah, and that, we feed our own narrative too, right? Our story that we're creating. They're creating their own story, but we're also creating a story about their narrative. We got a narrative in here about everyone else's narrative. That's why I usually joke, like, angry people make me angry, sad people make me sad, irritating people irritate me. It's like mirror, 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 right? So a lot of great stuff that comes through with that. So hopefully that helps, Donna. But a lot of stability, able to come out of this for sure. And just looking at what energy we're focusing on. If I focus on gratitude for who someone is or what a situation is, then I grow the gratitude. If I focus on the fear or the hatred or the missingness of something or the wantingness, my energy says, I want more of that. Can you give me more of that? And we're like, I don't want more battles. I want more peace. So I'm grateful for the times of peace I've had. I'm grateful for that. Focus on all those higher vibration things. It grows that too. So I like that. All right. Hey, Brenda. Yeah, I did complete yours right before Donna. So you were, wait, before Donna and Alphonse. So you're like two earlier. All right. Oop, and I am about a minute away running off to spend some time with my praying mantis members. So to everyone that is waiting for their free reading, I will be back in about an hour and a half, and I will complete all of the free readings. I did not get to any of them in this session, but I will come back and complete them all. And then once I'm done with that second session, when I come back on, I will post a comment on that. Sorry, let me just make sure where I was here. I lost my place. My mouse went super slow suddenly. Okay. But I will post a comment listing the order in which there, let me just highlight that in which they were done so that you can find that more quickly as well. All right. So we have there, boom. All right. So that should be it there. Yeah. All right. Very good. So thank you guys again so much for all the love and all the support and your patience on getting to the free readings. I'm so grateful. And remember, every second of every day of your lives, that you are truly, unconditionally, and eternally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves. If you want something to do while you're waiting, I got a ton of free content on my main page. The June monthlies are out, and a bunch of other content. So be sure to check those out. All right, everybody. We'll see you soon. Much love.